we're in a grand final, and it's still so up for grabs with 4 games remaining. And obviously Twisted Mind's still looking strong, and if you had to put all your chips in one pile, they're a pretty good pile to put it in, as they have been there before. They have the experience. They know what it takes to become champions, but it's still a long way to go here before we see who gets to lift that trophy.
Anything can happen in a game of PUBG. Some things never change, and one thing is for sure here as well, that it always goes right down to the wire. Takeover is on the cards for the final time here at Esports World Cup. So let's get on over to the peninsula, where chaos has happened time and time again. Early game shenanigans is unfolded all over. Can they avoid it? Can they dodge it? And to add to it, which you guys will see in just a second out there watching, this plane path is, I don't want to call it anything different, horrendous for the vast majority of these teams.
Yeah, if you loot anywhere south of the river,
which almost everyone does. What is this plane? You can't even stretch Buxansar.
That's tough. That
wow.
is going to be real tough. All right, let's keep our eyes peeled, guys, because there's going to be a lot of teams dropping close to each other right off the bat. You can see 2 up there by Shipyard changed the game, and I believe that is Toyo. Yeah, they're pretty close to each other. Looks like Toyo will get a vehicle and try to escape. Yep. 2Y going to take some shots in the rear. And meanwhile, Donawa Freaks also close to Therodon 5. The terminal, nobody goes near terminal. That's where 17 and Twisted Minds live. Nobody wants to mess around with that.
Yep, now they get that area for free. They get to skirmish should they want to. As everyone, of course, going to take a little longer for parachutes or for players to hit the ground, because they are stretching, trying to fly as far as they can to get some of those safe vehicles. Circle will be somewhat kind, but a lot of space towards the south. I'm looking at Rock already. A wide rotator. I wouldn't be surprised, even though they're technically directly west of the entry to the circle, wrap all the way south around. Go Hosan Prison, come in from that southern side, because they want to be in the quiet side of the circle. They want to play it safe, and if you look towards the northeast, that's where all the teams are bunched up. So stay as far away as you can from that area of the map.
I tell you what, in terms of circles, this is probably the kindest circle that anyone could have asked for. Just imagine.
And that's something.
I mean, just imagine had it gone north across the river.
I
mean, every bridge is going to be occupied. There's no way to do any long wraps. This time, at least, you can do that long, as you said, the long wraps to the south from either the east or the west. You don't have to worry about trying to and hoping you can find an E pickup to get you across the river or anything like that. So this is about as good as anybody could have hoped for.
But Poro, since you've now said that sentence 3 times,
of course,
and it's grand finals, and it's the last takeover, it's gonna hard shift to Paradise.
Probably.
Oh, Palace, I should say.
Palace, yeah.
Yeah, we could see a little curveball to finish off.
Go north, young man.
You know what? If that's going to happen, I'm sure Gen.G would be happy. They have themselves a win. They're the only team on the bottom side of the leaderboard right now with a win under the belt. Haven't, unfortunately, been able to convert it into a top placement, but I don't really fault them, because look at how close it is. At 15 points, which would be a win with 5 kills, very reasonable, you're in second place. It is incredibly close.
I tell you what, man, that's we said it at the beginning of the tournament. That's one of the things that I love the most about international play and all these amazing tournaments that we do throughout the year, is that regardless of who wins, who loses, how the teams do, there's always those moments, those PUBG moments where you see somebody like Orca pulling off the impossible guarding of the tower defense. Just all these highlight reel plays from all of these players to just remind us of how good these guys are at the game and how much fun it is to watch this esport.
And to continue tooting the PUBG esports horn for a little bit, we are blessed with the fact that in the top echelon of play, there is no weak region. No. The entire world is represented at the top of these competitions. Right now, APAC, yes, they're struggling, but I mean, in before back-to-back experience.
5 months ago,
Back-to-back Therodon 5 15 kill wins, and all of a sudden they're in first. It could happen. That is how good the world is at PUBG.
And that's how difficult this game is to play and how tough it is to be consistent in any way, shape, or form here. As we see So said, just sending shots downrange. And okay, Lil Ghost. How did he? Was he in the car? Lil
and it
Ghost.
was then he remembered that he had a level 1 helmet.
Jeez.
A 4x bit of distance with the Mini there. Gonna think twice about repeating that. The thing is, for Na'Vi, I mean, they're not in a favorable position, so to say, because we are gonna shift away from water later and all that, so they're probably not gonna get pulled up on.
Oh, T1.
But you only want to be playing like this for so long, and as you're saying, here comes Virtus.pro.
They
The
pulled up on foot,
Frogmen.
I think, yeah.
Frogmen swimming across the water. Now here with Heather and Rainin. They're running away, not driving, so that's saying something.
But that makes me feel like that. Well, Raining's still looking across the water, and Heather just moved the vehicle and then got out again. So I don't think they have any idea of what is waiting for them in their midst.
They're definitely scouting, and they're playing on the backside of the roof now. I mean, I think they fell back to this part of the building because they heard somebody nearby.
They've got Type on the north side of the river that's looking over in that direction.
Yeah.
They really need Type to be able to spot something out here, maybe spot out Beamy, but nothing happening. So, okay, something happened here. Heather's looking over in that direction. I think Type saw something.
Yeah, now Correxy spotting them rotate as well. I mean, for VP, they just wanted to cross the water. I think that was their main goal with this. So even if they don't get to take the fight to T1, they're very satisfied with just claiming this compound. Because again, there is still a chance that this shifts northwest, and that's part of the reason why they leave Lukarooks on the northwestern island. So playing it slow. But Heather not feeling the urge to leave just yet, not realizing he's in a 1v3.
It's like watching a horror movie.
Don't go in that door.
Exactly.
Don't go down the basement.
Like he keeps looking over there.
Yep.
But nothing's showing itself. And I still don't. Maybe Type didn't see something. I don't think they know.
Just your eyes, my man. 20/20 vision. I think he caught them running. The silhouettes in the woods up high. I think he caught them running up there.
Oh, they see Heather.
They're trying to outflank one another. They're playing like each other don't know what each other are doing.
You see the coach's corner there.
Full focus. It's a pretty important moment, this one.
Just like we are. This is huge.
VP in second place. Don't want to take casualties here.
Well, in to VP's credit, they're not just taking this fight without full information. They're playing it slow. They're playing it careful. They've got a great position. This is a great compound for them to play. And if they can avoid getting involved in a full-on fight right here, and again, what goes along with that, which is usually getting a third or fourth party coming to you, they would love to be able to avoid this.
The only danger is they're both sat with bridge control too, so they don't know when a third team is going to come up from behind and potentially cause chaos. So they're playing against the clock here. In the meantime, towards the southeast, Falcons trying to find themselves an easy approach again with the northern plane, with the southern circle. You want to wrap down towards the southern side, and Falcons has done just that, but they find themselves in the middle of a Petrichor 2-1-1 split.
Yeah, that's a weird split from Petrichor. They've left two on a revive station, and then Nan and Chewy are just, as you said, split way off to the south. And given how rough Petrichor's road has been so far this final, you would think maybe they would be more opting towards sticking together, but no, sticking with the game plan
exactly
is what they're going to do here.
They're doing the smart thing of going down towards the quiet side of the circle. Not only that, but spreading friend, not with the idea of taking individual fights, but to get as much info as possible.
Yes.
Do we have one team coming in from behind? Do we have two teams playing this southeastern side alongside us? They know. I think they heard the vehicles from Falcons. Now Nan is being shot at as well, so they're definitely aware that there's one team here, but even that is not too scary, as long as we've talked about in the previous game as well. As long as you have a disengage opportunity, as long as you can get away. Issue is, Toyo is coming in on the northeast of them just now as well, and if that becomes a three-way fight, that could be dangerous.
And this looks like the horror movie has finally ended, as Heather will try to run, and he's going to go down. Toby, I got to tell you, I was watching this on the map stream. Heather got in that vehicle about 4 times and hopped out every single time. He could have easily escaped that, but he just had no idea that it was a full-on 4-man squad here waiting for him.
But isn't that always how they die in the horror movies? No, don't go back! Don't go back! Stay away! Don't open the door! We can yell at him as much as we want, tell him what to do, but in the end...
Well, look at T1. It looks like they might be...
There is nothing to come for, please. I mean,
they go for the chip, maybe, but
you know what? You're hoping that they get a west shift, northwest, and then you can get the chip, because if this goes... I don't know. It's
This is tough.
They know they have no one set on their east side. I think that's the most important thing right now. I mean, from T1's perspective, they don't really have anything to lose by being here at least till Circle Pop. But if this goes anywhere but where they are, I feel like you got to kind of count your losses and play as 3.
Well, they still have Type on the north side over just south of Yongshong. Looking over in that direction. He's already taken a few shots over towards VP. VP going to hop in their vehicles, and it looks like they'll reposition. And meanwhile, now you've got Fluky from Theradon 5 starting to creep over in this direction, and he might spot this out, and T1 may be able to get his chip back.
Yeah,
now
leaves.
VP on the move.
Ooh.
And there you go. That circle's still going to have a pretty decent chunk north of the river still in it.
Yeah, looking towards Twisted Minds, looking towards Na'Vi as well.
And VP immediately go back.
They go back. It was a bait. It was a bait all along. Raining, running for his fallen teammate, not having an issue for T5 is, as you were saying before as well, Paul Rowe. For T1, Theradon 5 is coming in the northern side now too. Type has to get out of there.
Yeah, and fortunately for him, Fluky was in the air, and that Whirlybird going to give him a little bit of a preemptive notice, so he's going to make his way across. And now, you see Raining looking over in that direction. T1, they got to make a decision quickly. They cannot stick around here, and why not do it in the midst of a red zone as well?
To make matters even worse,
just get out of there. Get out of there. It's cursed at this point, guys. Go.
If you were considering sticking around, the game is literally telling you to get out of there.
Well, they are sticking around.
They are.
How
many of them do you think will have to die to this red zone before they realize they should leave?
I don't know. They are definitely out overstaying their welcome.
You see Sonic, he said they're leaning forward now going, boys.
We'd really love to get Heather back, but it's just not looking like it's in the cards here, as Type will extend a little bit. He's going to take some shots from Fluky from the air, but I think he'll be okay. But Raining, he's right there. And
what are you? Did they are they going for his loot?
I think.
Wait, are they stealing his blue chip?
I mean, if nothing else, yeah. So
maybe, you know what? VP, they like to play slow in the beginning of the game. They don't need to take these fights.
Oh, no, they took a knock.
Guys, what are we fighting over?
Beamy just got knocked.
I saw it. What are we fighting over in the northeast? Fortunately, it's inside building, so unless if Nixa gets taken out by the red zone before making his way inside, this is dangerous.
Yeah, this is some wild stuff going on the northeastern side. I know that. Look, there's fortunately, guys, there's nothing else going on the rest of the map. Everybody's kind of making their way in. No real fights to speak of, but this is some interesting stuff going on the northeastern side. It's Theradon 5. They're actually going to abandon that bridge altogether. Yeah, I don't blame them. And make their way off to the north and come over in a different way.
Yep. T1, if they weren't reminded before, it's as if the red zones are attracted to the red logos of theirs, and it will stay on them for a little while longer. Rain is out in the middle of, in the previous days as well. T1 has been in the middle of all of them.
I swear.
Yep.
They've just been magnets.
Lokaruks now from the east side of the river. Of course, they heard the vehicles from Game Start Win pulling up behind them, and they realized we have to go towards the east. Next circle is going to be a crucial one, though, because as we said, there hasn't really been any fighting. Only one player down. Very unusual for a Takeo's start, but it also goes to show that down towards the south, they can't really be sat any tighter than they already are. Half of Brock ain't in yet. Toyo has still yet to make their way on in, and Falcons are looking to potentially take a fight with Change the Game.
Well, this goes all back to what we were saying earlier when we said this was a friendly circle.
Yes.
This is what we meant. These guys are able to stay up and get all the way into 13 minutes into the game here waiting for this next circle to pop.
Important shift coming with it as well. Na'Vi still maintaining their split. Twisted doing the same. Will they be able to continue?
Oh my God.
As we go north. Oh no! Against the odds, Gen.G wins yet another circle. There's no way.
I didn't think they had it like that, man.
T5, they just did the quickest 180 I have ever seen. VP knows they have a space to go to. Over on the other side, T1, they're going to be right on their tails.
And T1, I think they see VP leaving. Do they send Type to go pick up the chip? I think they are. So T1, they're going to send two across the bridge already. Theradon 5 immediately turning into reverse. That coastline on the south side is about to be absolutely brutal. The luckiest team in the server right now, other than Gen.G, other than GSW, the Expendables, they had an emergency pickup that they have just popped in Hosan.
But even even with that, you just fly straight into Palace, hoping for the best. I mean, this is dangerous. Rock saying we will have no part in this. They're going wide out into the blue to try and wrap around. And of course, now we see the commotion on the other side of the circle. Twisted Minds, as quickly as they could, hopped in the water, but 17 were ready for it. Able to take down 2. They're caught in the water, of course. You can swim while you're knocked, so not down just yet. But for example, in Batulans to somehow get rest in this, it is incredibly unlikely.
That was really hoping for a lot. They had a boat too. Like they immediately they came, they got in the boat and they tried to get across, but there were so many teams that were right there. And they were just not able to get across in time, despite the fact, look how short this river is. It just wasn't enough.
That's the issue, right? Opposed to Smile's boat makes sounds, and there's not a whole lot you can do when you're caught by 17 like that.
I guess not. I guess not. And now, if the Expendables were hoping to drop on Palace, this is chaos. It is not going to be easy because the Freaks are already there. Gen.G obviously were already there. GameStart Win are hovering around in the cliffs on the north side. T1, they do get the chip, and they also get a spot on the north side. Rock coming in from the west. Falcons coming in late as well in the green, blue zone.
There's so many teams up here.
This is the most brutal circle I think I have ever seen on Tego.
This is horrendous. Well, I mean, for them. For everyone else, I'm sure 90% of chat is clapping their hands, spamming LOL emotes right now, because this is going to be an crazy finish. The fact that we still have only lost 3 players now, it's wild. But it just goes to show everyone is playing so patient. We have 4 or 5 teams outside the circle still, as we have red zones popping, I guess, fortunately, on the southeast side of the water right now. Perfectix falling as well. Twisted Minds just cannot catch a break in their crossing. If it somehow shifts south again, if it somehow goes back across the water.
I don't think it's possible.
No, but there's going to be water in no matter what. Imagine. Sure. Falcons taking the fight to T1. We knew it was going to happen eventually. Rain in standing strong, anticipating the push from Kick, and Tickles on circle as expected. Comes up towards the north. Strimsy now down as well. Falcons looking towards a potential 1-point game here.
Oh, this is not what anybody needed, but again, the most brutal circle that we've ever seen on a Tego, and Falcons now going to be the worst recipient of it. Is Rock now running into T1 as well. They get Ian very low, but not before losing RBN.
Trying to play it slow, but there ain't no space to do so on this side of the circle. Have to push your way forward, have to try and make space for yourself. Heather has just been rested with no weapons at all. Guys, there's a crate over here. Come loot and come to it quickly. Heather, I need you on the ground, says Raiding as he stood here alone trying to fend off against the entirety of Rock. Good thing for him is that Rock has, T1 has help on the eastern side. Freaks applying pressure to Rock as well.
They may have thrown some supplies in the trunk of the car there for Heather, and it looks like he might pick up something, but you can see he's dipping into the blue zone just a little bit. Rock able to get their man back on his feet, full strength once again, as they continue to hold on to this western side of the Palace. The circle did pop. It does go back to the north, so everybody on that south side going to have to make their way in. So all gamers could be sniffing around in this location very, very shortly.
Definitely could. H-Win now prone, or not prone, lying low at least, trying to figure how in the world do I get placement points out of this.
Lou doing the same for Twisted
chill
Minds.
And hope that everything goes your way. Exactly. Twisted still sat in first place, wanting to keep it that way, but I don't see how with so many of the top teams in a position to fight for a win here.
And you can see what we're looking at. Virtus.pro have lost one. They're not in Palace itself. They are playing on the hills just off to the east, so that might be a good spot for them for the time being. RBN and the rest of the boys from Rock going to continue to wrap around on that north side. The further they go, the closer they get to Theraton 5, as Twisted Minds will be the first team eliminated here.
First team out. It's been the case through this tournament for the finals so far. Excuse me. The team in first place have been the first one out. Twisted can't change that curse, at least not here on Tego's H-Win. Well, his name is green, his logo is green. Maybe there's a little bit of a camouflage buff added to him. We'll see if anyone's going to spot him or not. This could be one of those random run-overs where you don't even know that you're running a guy over and all of a sudden, there he is.
Honestly, hoping for the best. Change the game. Do manage to make their way across the bridge. but they are in the blue right now after getting sprayed down from AG on that southern coast. AG continuing to work on the coast. They might run into Na'Vi. Rock, meanwhile, they found a rock to play around, and they are looking off to the east, but they do have CTG slowly making their way in. You can see them just healing up before they come in because they know that they are going to come in and they're going to have to start fighting almost immediately.
Souls parked his card right next to Hangyi, but Hangyi is not able to hit the shots, and once again it's Freaks helping out the teams on the outskirts. Here comes the rest of Change the Game though, as Sol is able to fight one. Santastical from afar gets a second and gets the third as well. Santastical, when there's a guy, it's him over and over again.
He's just dropping presents all over this lobby. Unfortunately, the presents are kills, as he has now 243 damage, 3 more kills to add to his impressive total as the Latin American, we'll call it now, the Latin American superstar continues to add to his resume of destruction. All gamers now having to make their way into the south side of Palace, but they've got Freaks just on their western side.
Got a BRDM to fall back to as well if need be. They have Expendables right in front of them too. What better than APAC teams fighting each other down towards the bottom of the leaderboard. But as you're saying, Poro, DN Freaks, they're coming in from behind, and I think All Gamers Global is starting to realize this now as well.
And they've got the Expendables just on the other side as well. Na'Vi also looking in that direction as Heaven just checking the walls, checking the edge of the smokes, seeing what he can see. If there's I don't know if there's a team that loves BRDMs more than the Expendables or AG, as they continue to try to make it down a little bit further on the wall. They'll go ahead and bring it with them, leave Haizaki behind to listen for footsteps. Na'Vi, meanwhile, still playing from the coast, but they've got to make their way in, and you can see where they're at now is outside of the zone, as H-Win will stay alive as the rotating rock will not. They will not run through his bush, fortunately enough.
For now, H-Win is up, but he's outside circle. He's going to find a new push inside if he wants to stay put in this one. Na'Vi coming across now as well, running towards the building on the southern side of the circle. But All Gamers Global are collapsing on this position as well. Here comes the BRDM. Around the corner they go. They're all stuck inside. It's a 2v BRDM. Can they get it down to low enough HP that they have to jump out? There's 3 players inside. Jumps out. Zozate finds one. Himas instantly runs him over.
And Ferris will go down as All Gamers, they're down to just Himas. They're down to a BRDM. Hakatori's got the bullet hose, and that'll be enough to do it. He takes down All Gamers and will be able to get the res onto his fallen teammate.
Given the chaos that just ensued, the fact that Na'Vi only lose 1 in this, I think is the best case scenario for them. In the meantime, towards the east side, Virtus.pro trying to fend off against 17 Gaming. It's just Xiao Wu left alive. They've done the majority of the work already, and now let's listen into Virtus.pro and hear how they get out of this situation alive.
See them. I don't see them peeking. I think they went west. I think south went west. I can kill it. I can resurrect it.
Yeah, you should.
I'm running full openings. You might need to peek.
I can't. He's full.
Where is he?
He's the rock.
Top of broken block.
Can you pick my info?
Yeah. Still on drop. He's gonna rest now.
He can't rest.
I mean,
Yeah, the knock hold.
He's resting now, drop.
He's resting?
Yes.
Yeah.
He can peek though. He can peek left side.
He's resting the rock?
Just behind it, like.
Exactly on yellow. Shit.
He's
Left.
He's gonna peek north for it. The rest.
We can go middle and Pronix.
Let's kill them there, triggers. Both in the rock. Both in the rock still.
Oh, the decisions you have to make, Nixie. Do I go for the rest of my teammates? Do I make the push happen? He stayed indecisive for a bit because, as you could hear, they didn't have all the info to work with. Now committing to the push, but they have made the rest happen already. It's a 1v2, doable for a player like Nixie, but he has to go about it quickly if he wants to get his teammates back up alive.
And as you mentioned, he had no utility in the bag. There was nothing he could really do. But Xiao Wu going to try to make the run, and now it's turned it into a 1v1. Xiao Bei has that high rock. Secure that point, young lad. VP needs it. 3 points in the bag so far, but he will go down in the end. but look at the damage he put on a Xiaobei. He did not go down without a fight.
17, despite being down to 1, 6 kills in this game already. They too are starting to climb up this leaderboard, getting scarier game by game as Expendables here. Still no points on the board for them, but importantly, all 4 players alive as finally the fight for T1 comes to an end. Freaks the ones to take them out.
And the Freaks starting to get that ball rolling. They've got control in the Palace, and they are working their way through. They've got Petrichor Road off to the north. Gen.G still have their spot in the middle. Rock was 4 strong, but they lose Biel Calmo. H-Win coming alive at the end. He's going to spot out Ike's left as he takes the shots from the bush. Chewy has spotted him out, though. He's got to get on the move.
Where do you retreat to from here? No more lethal use left remaining for him. Good thing for him is he has opponents. Well, I mean, in this case, teammates helping him out, but it's not going to happen. Ming able to find him. H-Win will fall just short of placement points.
And that is bad news for Falcons. As you can see on that left side, the leaderboard, the leaders are starting to put some distance in between themselves and the middle of the pack. 17 down to just 1 player. Na'Vi has 3 alive. If Rock can get Biel back up, they might have a shot, but he is out in no man's land.
So much lies on whether this next shift goes inside Palace or if it shifts up to the mountain, because if it does, 17 and Na'Vi and T5 are just going to lay low. They're going to wait this one out, get themselves that top 4 guaranteed, and then play for the win. On the flip side, if it goes inside of Palace, all the teams that are currently set inside are going to sit, wait, and get more placement points coming their way. So it's a split down the middle. In or out could be very decisive.
And not only that, third on 5 on the outside, they had a full care package drop on top of them. They are geared out of their minds. Na'Vi as well. They'll spot out Xiaobei. They'll finish off 17. As the circle will still contain a little bit of Palace, but it's going to be Gen.G on the clock. They've got to defend their territory.
They sure do. They sure do, and everyone is coming their way. Yeah, they do. Petrichor, PN Freaks, and TE, or Expendables down on the southern side. Forced to push further forward. Bean falls early. That's not what you want to see happen if you're a Gen.G fan. That, Nate, you know what? Throw one more, and that has a triple kill written all over it.
Oh, Petrichor Road trying to make their way in here. Rock, they've been lying prone here. They're playing a little bit of tower defense, turtling up on the edge. They hear Petrichor Road coming. They've got to get on the move now. But look at that Petrichor Road. They have the BRDM. That is going to allow them to try to reposition here. But you see third on 5. They've got so much util on that northern side. They are giving pause to Petrichor's plans.
You know what? Smoke wall the whole thing and just sent the BRDM through. Hope that there's not a Panzerfaust waiting on the other end, because those deployable shields, they don't really defend you against the BRDM, but I think Petrichor thinks better. But Nate's what's going to do it for them instead. They're going farther. One shot, Nate. They're prone on top of each other.
There it is.
Joey with the initial double. Souls there as well, though. Can he do something? Hell's the BRDM. There's 2 guys in it. Does he go up? Goes for the shot. Peeks right. Finds the double. Sees them on the left-hand side. But can't find it. Ming alongside Petrichor stays alive.
The damage might have been done, though. Nan is going to bleed out. Chewy's going to bleed out. Ike's left, and Ming pinned down from on high by Theraton 5. Rock trying to go down with... You thought they were going to go down without a fight. That is not to be. Look at that AWM in the hands of Ranger X. Meanwhile, Gen.G, they lose 1 player. Freaks are still starting to make their way in. They are laying down the smoke wall and starting to be aggressive.
And while everyone is fighting up close, T5, Theraton 5 are doing exactly what they did in their previous Takeover game. Get the high ground, sit tight, make sure we clear our backs, and then just take kills from afar. Salute trying to open up here, able to do some damage, but not enough to find the knock. They have to continue moving, and the circle is closing in.
Oh, good knock from Flame will take down Salute, and that will slow down the push from the Freaks as they have made their way into the circle. But that is about it. 4 kills already for Salute. Still have the high ground covered here by Heaven, doing a good job of laying down the smokes. And these are offensive smokes from Freaks that are forcing Gen.G to peek in the areas that they want them to peek.
Beal has to try and make the run across. He hells now, prone on the other side. Human is stuck on the wall, though, so he can give audible feedback on what's happening inside the building, but not a whole lot he can do to try and hold up close. Now Heaven is here, though. Now Deal is here. They know they have the numbers advantage. They have to push these buildings.
See, Tosi has the shotgun in hand. He is waiting for somebody to show themselves. The flashbangs to lead things off. Panzerfaust in hand for Deal.
Run.
He's not seeing anything just yet. If you're going to push, you got to do it now. There you go. He'll find Tosi, and that shotgun will be taken off the table.
Shotgun versus Panzer. It's a dangerous battle to go into. But luckily for DM Freaks, they come out victorious, at least initially.
Flames on fire.
It's a whole other side of trouble as he is in fact on fire. Petrichor forced to make the committed play against Orca again. This duo completely and utterly unstoppable.
The Groza singing for Orca right now as they come around the side. They spot out Ixlef. They take out Petrichor Road, and now they can stay alive. They've got Freaks as their unhealthy neighbors, but it's down to Flame and Orca once again. We've seen what they can do as Duck Shoes will spot out Extends, and the C4 car will take out 2.
From last place to first over the course of 4 games, Freaks are looking completely unbeatable right now. 6 kills, still 3 alive, inside the circle now as well, and split in between the Expendables and Gen.G. But while the battles have ensued down here, space have been taken by Therodon 5. Now, Hagatori is still here at the loss of a teammate, but for now, it's Therodon 5 that really gets to dictate the pacing of this, because they can do so much to suppress the teams inside of Palace.
And the Expendables are so lucky that they were not right on top of each other when that C4 car came in. Extends almost gets away with it, but the Expendables now back up to full strength. Therodon 5, though, still have that high ground as the Freaks try to move in and take out Gen.G, the dynamic duo.
Oh,
One's going to go down. Clory's going to take the shots from on the side. Orca makes his way through, and just like that, Freaks gets eliminated.
1-2, thank you. I'll take the double, able to lean back. Now get the rest up as well, and Gen.G somehow finds themselves in top 4 territory. This is the final circle, though. It's going to continue to move. Flame will be able to get up, but move. Get out of the way. The circle is coming. Rosicet knows exactly where he has Hagatori, but he cannot commit to him. He has to help his teammates down below.
Tanvu will spot out Orca, and now it's on to Flame to support his teammate. Hagatori staying alive. Flame will go down to the Molotov. So poetic, as Duck Juice will get credit for that one. Therodon 5, though, they still have this high ground. They can't fully commit to taking out Hagatori, though.
Exactly. Hagatori is up high. They need to pay respect to him. The thing is, he's helping them right now with the MG3 in hand. Takes down Delvin. Now try to flip back towards the southern side, down towards Expendables. But he's going to slow down once more. Let the circle work for you. Let the opposing teams fight one another. You know you're in the top of the leaderboard. You know you have a chance to take first if you can stay alive for just a little bit longer. He continues trying to push forward towards Expendables.
Oh, the Expendables are just sitting ducks here between Therodon 5 and Hagatori. Gain a couple more points, young man, as they continue to climb. Look at the leaderboard, Toby. 66, 65, 65, 63. Can he add another one as Therodon 5 try to clutch this final win here?
They can't find him. He's just over the other side of the bush. 18 points will finally be taken down, but we said it will. APAC rise to the occasion on the wildcard maps, and yes, indeed they have. It's Therodon 5 versus Expendables. It's Duck Juice versus the entirety of T5, and he will fall back-to-back TAKO winners for T5.
It has not been the grand final that they had hoped for, but Therodon 5 show that they still have passion left in the tank, and they will still clutch out a win if you give them a little bit of room. And what a performance from them. What a performance once again from the Freaks, from Gen.G, from Hagatori. The solo player has now put himself right in the mix. We have 5 teams, Toby. 5 teams within 4 points of each other with 3 games left to play.
It's a good day when it's the final day of a PUBG esports tournament. It's been that way in the past, and this tournament does not disappoint. The fire has been lit under the feet of T5. Can they somehow get into this top